Unmarket Your Business, the podcast, born out of the need to share strategies and techniques that really work to market your business. Think yellow page ads and cold calls are your only choices? That's so last century. You're about to learn tested, tried and true marketing techniques you can apply and master, ones that feel authentic instead of salesy, strategies that are true to who you are and how you want to present yourself to your ideal clients. Let's join our host, Carol Joyce Dunlop, in the studio now and allow business success to move forward. Hey, good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in. This is your hostess with the mostest, Carol J. Dunlop. I'm known as the online wow strategist and Amazon #1 international best-selling author for my book, Unmarket Your Business, 10 Ways for Savvy Entrepreneurs to Stand Out, Stop Struggling, and Start Profiting. I want to thank you for joining me today. I've got a great show for you, and I can't wait to get into it because we are talking about conversations that convert to money. I'm so excited about this, and I know you're going to be excited about it because we're in business to make money. I say that, and sometimes I think that people think, oh, she's just talking about money all the time. Well, you got to make money. You got to have money for everything, even if you just want to create a nonprofit or not-for-profit or just help the regular person on the street. You need money because you can't feed them if you don't have money. You can't give them clothes if you don't have money. You can't get people to buy into what you're doing if you don't have money. So I want to show you how to get money and keep it coming on a regular basis because that's what I've been doing. I mean, everything that I talk to you about, I've done myself in one way or another, the exact way, or I tweaked it a little bit. So I want to show you, take you behind the scenes and show you my secrets. So one thing I would like for you to do, if you would please, if you're finding value from listening to this podcast, please share it with your friends and followers. Hit that share button on the device or platform that you're listening to right now and let others know what they're missing out on. I want to thank you so much for doing that. I really, really appreciate it. You're listening to the Unmarket Your Business podcast. Today's podcast is sponsored by Get Camera Ready for Livestreaming. It's a 5-day free workshop series that I'm doing and that you can be a part of. All you need to do is go to www.csicorporation.com/camera ready. It's all one word. Again, that's www.com/camera ready. It actually started on Monday, but you can still get in because right now all the videos are still there. So go to Camera Ready, sign up, and you can see what you've been missing. So far we had Stephanie Lou, who was telling us about how we create the content that we share. And then yesterday we had Brittany Fauntleroy, who was talking about your makeup and overall look. And today I'm going to be on talking about the equipment that you need and how you can get your equipment for under $500, sometimes even under $100, depending on what you want to do. So please go to the link, csicorporation.com/camera ready, sign up, and I'll see you there this afternoon at 5 p.m. So let's get into what we're talking about. Conversations that convert to money. Excuse me. So I've got three types of conversations that you can come up with to actually share to make money with them. And of course, I'm talking about live streaming. You can use these conversations to get on a live stream, to create an audience, to talk to your audience, to get them to engage with you, and to eventually get them to buy with you. Sometimes that eventually is right there when you're talking. They're going to click on whatever you tell them or do whatever you tell them to do and become your customer. Sometimes it's just an introduction to you so they can get on your list. You can talk to them more. And sometimes it's it's kind of solidifying that relationship. Maybe they're on your list or they saw you somewhere else. Now they see you on this live stream. They learn more about you, and they go deeper into the know, like, and trust factor so that they can and will start buying from you. Okay, so the number one thing the number one conversation starter is why you topics. And by why you topics, I mean, what do people ask you about consistently? They may ask you how you do what you do, why you do what you do, what do you do anyway, and how you came about doing what you do right now. So if you take any of those, the how, the why, the what, I want you to think about it for a second and think about the questions that people ask you, and I want you to make a list. Make a list of all those questions, whatever it is. How do you do it? Why do you do it? How did you come to do this? Maybe you do something that's very unique, special, and different, and people don't even understand how you even thought about that in the first place. So write all those questions down. And then the second part of this is from that list, I want you to create 10 topics you can talk about for about 15 to 20 minutes. Now, if these are questions that people ask you all the time, you probably already know the answers. But I want you to take those answers, turn them into a topic, and, make some notes, do an outline, whatever you got to do to get your topic kind of formulated so that it can be a teaching topic. You may have come across what you're doing. Like, for instance, one of my clients, Irresistible Pound Cakes, she started her business because her grandmother made these scrumptious, delicious pound cakes, and the family was just crazy about it. She was the only one that had the recipe, so she started actually recreating that recipe, and now she's got a full-blown business. So she's got a great story there, and she tells that story a lot about how family was involved in everything. It was based on, just keeping her family legacy going. That's why she started it. So something like that. Get those 10 topics down. Okay, the second thing is opinion topics. Now, I want you to make a list of the influencers in your industry. People who are doing it right in your industry. People who are doing it wrong in your industry. We all know those. People you admire in your industry, or maybe they're on the fringe of your industry, or you just admire them. And people you wish would go away. So if you make a list of all of those people, those influencers, the ones doing it right, doing it wrong, the ones you wish there were more of them, the ones you definitely wish there were less of, I want you to make a list of them. Second part is, from that list, I want you to create a topic that resonates with your audience so you can kind of formulate your opinion. Now, for the good people that you want to stay around, that you admire, I want you to spotlight them, and I want you to name them and say, I really admire this person because, and I think they're doing this right in this industry this way, or because. Now, the people that you wish would go away or you're not too crazy about, you don't need to name them because we don't want to start a feud. We just want to highlight bad behavior and tell people what they can do other than that in a different way. Say, for instance, in the web design industry, I'm sure you all know web designers or have heard stories about web designers who design your website and then they disappear into Never Never Land. You can't find them. Your website is stuck. You can't get inside. You can't get the passwords. You can't do anything. I mean, it used to happen a lot before WordPress and things like that came along, but it still happens, and people are still, hoodwinked and bamboozled by web designers who, they're not in this full time. They just do it as a hobby, and when something better comes along, they're gone, and they're not thinking about you. They're not thinking customer service. They're thinking about that job that they want. So just, make that list. Think about the people you can highlight. Think about the things that are going wrong that you don't want to emulate, and you want to warn people to stay away from or tell them why this isn't a good thing, and create 10 topics around that. Okay, now the third one is tutorials. This kind of goes back to the first one about the why you topic, but a tutorial is really a how-to for everything that you do. So make a list of how people can use and benefit from your product or service, and then show them exactly how to do it. For me, I guess in web design, I would say a good topic is how to find a good web designer. So you could do a tutorial on how to find a good web designer that's going to do what you want. And you may want to list out I would list out the criteria that I'm looking for. My number one thing is when you meet with them, they should actually listen more than they talk. If they're telling you all this, I did that, I have this degree, that degree, I have this certification, blah, 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 walk away because they're not even interested in you. The first thing they should be saying to you is, what kind of site do you want? What are you thinking? What kind of sites do you like? And why do you like that? They need to get to know you because they're going to be able, it's really simple to show you credentials, or really the most important thing is to show you websites that they've already done. You can look at those and see if you like them or not, but how you interact, because a web designer is really someone who is going to make your vision come true online, so that when people go there to your hub, your website, you are fully and well represented. So that would be a tutorial that I would do. So how would you do it? How would you tell people to look for the great people, the kind of person that you are, or maybe you have a product, maybe you have something like a stand for a camera, and it's very unique because it can wrap around a pole or it can take some funky shots, and people may not understand that when you just talk about it, but if you get on your live and you actually break it down and you show them, you pick the piece up and you show, hey, it can wrap around this pole, they're going to understand it more, and then you're going to make them want to get it from you, want to buy it. Okay? So those are the three things: why you topics, opinion topics, and tutorials. Those always work, and those are good things to share. Now, I've told you about, let's see, what did we say? We're going to make a list of the 10 topics, the 10 YU topics. We're going to make a list of the influences, so you can have opinion topics. So let's say you do a list of 10 of those. And then we have the tutorials. Let's say we do a list of 10 tutorials we could do. That's 30 topics you got right there. And let's say you only go live once a week. So that's 30 weeks, right? That's more. That's 2/3 of a year that you've got topics that you can go in on every single week and do a live. And if you do this next piece that is the most important, you're actually going to start making money from it and have a steady income coming from your live streams. And this piece you can't leave out at all. You have to include it in every single live stream. Because why? Because we are using live streams to make money. Remember, these are conversations that make money. We're not just doing live streams just because we don't have anything else to do, because we're tired of sipping, drinking wine on the Riviera or something. We're really trying to get this money coming in so that we can drink the wine on the Riviera when we feel like it, or when we take a vacation, or, early in the morning when we walk on the beach. But we got to have the money to do that. And this most important thing that you got to have is a CTA, or a call to action. Because here's the thing. It's great and awesome to have conversations with your audience. But wouldn't it be a whole lot better to talk and then walk away from that conversation with money and a new client? Yes? Yes? Okay, cool. So then you got to have a CTA, or a call to action, at the end. And a call to action means that you're telling them to do something. And you're telling them to do something that's going to eventually, and as I said, eventually could be right away, eventually could be a little ways off, eventually become a client and buy something from you. Here's an example of some call to actions that you could have. You could tell them that you want them to please opt into my list. Now, you don't actually say it like that, because if you tell people opt into your list, they're not going to do it. You got to give them an incentive to opt into your list. Maybe you say, hey, Brittany did this yesterday. I thought it was really good on the live stream that we had. She had a makeup class, and she said if you want free access to the paid makeup class that I did, then opt into my list, and I'll send you the link. So I'm opting into her list because I want to get more information about makeup and keeping my overall look strong and all that. And all I got to do is give her my name and email address, and I can be on her list, which I liked her anyway, so I definitely want to be on her list, and I want that class. Oh, yeah, that's great. The second thing is you can tell them, hey, I'm having a sale, and I want you to take advantage of it. And if you're listening on this live stream right now, you can go to this link and get that. because it's only going to be available for X amount of time and you need to do it. King Ashley Ann, who I follow on Periscope, she's also on Instagram and Facebook. She comes on every night around 11 or 12 o'clock, depending on, I think she broadcasts on Central Standard Time. So in Eastern, it's usually it's between 11 and 12. So anyway, she always comes on. She gives great content, awesome tutorials talking about how to use social media, how to make money with social media. That's her main thing. And then she always, every single time, has a call to action. And she says something like, if you've enjoyed this content that I've said today, hey, I got a special going on for this whatever thing. Either it's about whatever she just live streamed about, or it's about an upcoming event that she's having, but you can always get a break on it and get it for cheap. Sometimes she'll do like $100 or $200 programs for only $20. So that's what I'm talking about, a sale. So maybe you don't have a sale, but maybe you want to offer a coupon code to the people who are coming on live. Now, Stephanie Liu did that for the people who came on live on Tuesday night. For the people who came on live to the live stream when she was talking about the content, she put the link to her program that she has about repurposing your content in the comments, but you could only get the code if you were on live. I thought that was a really cool thing. And then the final one, we've talked about, tell them to opt in to your list and they'll get something special, or you can say, hey, get my 7 client getting strategies by going to this link, and it's an opt-in, and people will figure that out. Or you can have a sale that they can only access while they're live, or it's going to be it's time sensitive, or maybe you have a coupon code that's time sensitive, or maybe you're sending them to an event. For me, for instance, when I was promoting the Get Camera Ready for Live Stream event, I came on and did live streams, and I said, hey, you don't want to miss out on this 5-day free workshop series. Go to this link and sign up for it right now. And you heard that earlier. I said go to csicorporation.com/camera ready and sign up for it right now. So that's a call to action. So you always want to have a call to action at the end, because it doesn't matter how great and awesome your content is that you're sharing, you want to give people the next step. And don't think about it as you're trying to push something on them or make them do something they don't want to do, because if you are as interesting and as awesome and as wonderful as I know that you are, at the end of your life, people are going to want, you hear me? People are going to want to connect with you on another level. Because if you have information, you just shared 10 steps of how to do something that they've been wanting to do forever. And if they follow those 10 steps, they'll get it done. Well, more than likely, most people aren't going to follow the 10 steps. They need help, because the missing ingredient is you. So don't ever be worried about, oh, my God, if I tell them this, that's my secret. That's my secret sauce. I'm sharing all of this stuff. No, you don't have to do that. And just think of this. If it took you, if you're any age at all, say if you're 30, 40, or 50, how many of those years have you used in creating who you are? If you're 50, it's all 50 years. If you're 30, it's all 30 years. If you're 60, it's all 60 years. You have been developing into who you are and the great and wonderful person and service provider or product creator or creator period that you are from the time you were born. So no one and nothing can match all of that experience, and you can't give it away in one little 15-minute live or 10 15-minute lives, because you are always growing and developing. So don't ever be afraid that you're going to give away your secret, because even if you told them how to do every single thing, which is what I did in my book, Unmarket Your Business, people are not going to do it just like you did it. They're going to put their own spin on it, and sometimes that's good, and sometimes that's not good because it doesn't work. And what happens? They're going to need you. The secret sauce into everything is you. So get out there, get those lives together, get those topics, use those 3 as a starter, the opinion topics, the why you topics, and the tutorials. Remember I said you can create like 30 different topics. That's, 2/3 of a year. that you've got topics, and you may not even use all of them. You may think of some different ones, because while you're live streaming, people are going to ask you questions, or after you get off the live stream, people are going to ask you questions, and you're like, oh, that's wonderful. Let me do a topic on that. They're going to tell you what they want. So you've got 30 to start with, but you may only get through the first 10, and then you're finding a whole new crop of subjects that you can talk on, because people are saying, I want to hear about this. And if I hear about this, I'll probably buy something on that. So I want you to get involved in this conversation that's going to bring you money, steady income, money to do what you've always wanted to do. So now we've come down to the thing, the elephant in the room. So if you are wondering, how can I get started with this live streaming? How can I, be a part of this $30 billion industry? Did you hear that? $30 billion industry. So what you really need to do is sign up for my free 5-day workshop series, and that is Get Camera Ready for Live Streaming. We started on Tuesday. This is the 3rd day, and we have 2 more days coming. So you're just in time. And all the videos are still up there. And I want to give you a secret. If you join my Facebook group, then you can get all of the videos. They're going to live there forever. So you can see them when you want. And you don't have to rush. So if you want to join the group, you can, there's a way to do it. Just go to the link, csicorporation.com/camera ready, and it'll tell you all about it. Just sign up for the series. It's free. All it's going to take is your name and your email address. Then you'll get the email that will tell you, hey, this is what this is all about, right? You're listening to the Unmarket Your Business podcast. What was the other thing? I wanted to make sure that I covered everything with you. I think that is all we have today. And I want to make sure that you get to live streaming. The other 2 sessions that we're going to have today, let's see. Tuesday, Stephanie Lou was talking about content. And then on yesterday, Brittany Fauntleroy was talking about makeup and your overall look. Today, I'm going to be giving you a behind-the-scenes look at my actual equipment that I use for live streaming and tell you the prices. Now, the prices are only as good as, like, right now when you're listening to it, but they're not going to differ that much, I don't believe, because I did some shopping and bargain hunting, found some great stuff that I can use for a long, long, long time, and I'm going to share that with you, and then how I use it. And then tomorrow we have Alicia Corey and Sebastian Ani. They're going to come on from the Dreamaniac team. They're going to come on and talk about platform, how to choose the right platform, and your branding. So we talked about your physical look. Now we're going to talk about the look of your live streams and, your branding, your logos, your all that good stuff. So we need that because you do need to establish a look, or not just a look, but how you are. And that's all in your branding. When people think of you, what do they think about you? And what do they say about you behind your back? When you're not in the room, what are they talking about? That's branding. All of that is branding. And then the final one on Saturday at 11 a.m. is going to be Gwendolyn Davis Yancey, the Mind Shift Strategist. She's going to talk about your mindset and how you can get over that fear of live streaming. I tell you, so many people are they just can't seem to live stream for some reason. They said they're going to do it. And I have, 2 clients. One, actually, it took her a year to get up the courage and the wherewithal to actually do the live streaming. And her first live stream was, I'm scared to death to do this, but I'm doing it anyway. And she got like 700 views on that sucker. So it just shows you how prevalent that is. It resonates. Everybody has some fear one way or another with pushing that go live button. And you're all awesome entrepreneurs because you got from where you used to be to where you are right now, and you're doing the doggone thing, whether you're getting a business going or continuing a business or growing a business or next level in your business, it doesn't matter. But when you see that little green button or whatever color it is that says go live, you just freak out, and you don't have to. I'm telling you, you don't have to. You can approach it Like Stephanie said, this was a great tip. She said, think about you're talking to your best friend. How would you talk to your best friend? When you're looking at that camera, it's your best friend. And I want to kind of put this out there for you to think about. It used to be that people were as scared or fearful of social media as they are going live. Now, social media in general, what can I say, or how can I put this out there? And then they got on social media and started using it, and they really liked it. But the thing was, they were doing it for personal and not for business. Now people are finding out, oh, I can use social media for business, so why not use live streaming? It's the best piece of social media for business. Go out there and do it. Because you can live stream with your friends and all that, but we're talking about making some money, right? That's what I started this off with, conversations that convert to money. And that's what we're talking about today. So again, if you found this podcast of value, please share it with your friends and your audience. I do appreciate it. And remember, if you are thinking about live streaming at all, just in the smallest inkling of doing live streams, please sign up for the Get Camera Ready for Live Streaming by going to csicorporation.com/camera ready. I will see you there. The series is absolutely free, and it's a service that I'm providing for you because I want you to get out there and get a piece of this $30 billion industry. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining in. I will see you next time. Thanks for listening. We truly appreciate it. For information about guests, products, or services that were mentioned in this episode, log on to our website at www.csicorporation.com/unmarketing. To learn more, get a glimpse of our upcoming schedule, and join the unmarketing nation of entrepreneurs who are using marketing techniques that work right now. Until next time, keep moving forward.